Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Benita. If you're new here, welcome. And if you're returning, thank you so much for coming back. In today's video, we're going to be speaking about colorism, which I think is such a big problem in today's society, especially in the Black community. I'm pretty sure colorism has been a problem since hundreds of years ago. I think that now maybe it's just become more prevalent because of social media and because people are actually talking about it now, which I think is a very great thing, because we can only solve a problem by addressing it and by making people aware of it. This topic is kind of similar to the video I made on pretty privilege, except I think that this situation is worse. I feel like colorism is definitely a much bigger problem than pretty privilege. I'm also sure that a lot of people are kind of 50-50 when it comes to this topic, because some people have had a negative experience when it comes to colorism and some people have had more of a positive experience when it comes to colorism. And I just realized I did not remove my nail polish. Oh boy. So I'm sure you're all familiar with the definition of colorism, but if you're not, let me explain it to you. So basically what colorism is, it is the prejudice and discrimination towards people who have a darker skin tone. And colorism happens amongst people of the same ethnic or racial group. Basically, people who have a lighter skin tone are more favored, given more opportunities, and they are considered even more attractive than their darker brothers and sisters. I've mostly associated colorism with the Black community because I'm Black, and that's the only experience that I've had. But I was actually having a discussion with a friend of mine a few months ago. This friend is from Vietnam, so she's Vietnamese, and she expressed to me how she struggled and still struggles with colorism in Vietnam, in the Vietnamese community, which I found to be very, very interesting, because I had no idea that they struggled with colorism because they're light in complexion. But she said that she has always been considered to be darker than the rest of her family members and friends, so she's more on the darker side of the population. And so because of that, she has also faced discrimination and made to feel, you know, a certain type of way compared to the people that are more lighter in her country. And I was so surprised because I did not know that Asian countries faced this as well. And basically she made me understand that there's this need and this pressure to be even lighter than they already are, which is why they also resort to skin lightening creams, which was such a shock to me. It was really an educational moment for me, and I got to open my eyes a bit more and see more outside my own community and my own race, and see that it's actually not just a Black thing. But I wouldn't be wrong in saying that from my experience, Black people are extremely colorist. We have a colorism problem, simple as that. And I love my people, I love my race. So this is not to put people down, but it is what it is. And I feel like these conversations are really important because we need change. We need to change. It's not healthy and it affects people even more than we realize. This video is actually inspired by a really interesting article I found online. The article, I'll link it down below, but it's called Why Black People Discriminate Amongst Ourselves. This article is really interesting because it mentions some statistics and facts about how colorism works in the Black community and the effects it has, and like how people are actually discriminated against. It mentions how darker skinned women are given longer prison sentences compared to lighter skinned Black women. It also said that if you are a darker skinned Black woman, you are 3 times more likely to be suspended from school compared to your lighter skinned peers, which was just mind-blowing to me. I had no idea that that statistic was even there. It's really shocking to me how we tend to determine a person's value or a person's worth based on their skin tone, not based on what they can offer you, not based on their personality and their accomplishments and their education and so forth, but based on their skin tone. I just find this really, really sad, and it makes me angry because it's not fair. It really is not fair. A place where we see colorism as bright as day is in the entertainment industry. This is so interesting for me to talk about now because I remember when I was younger and I would watch all these music videos, you know, with these black male artists, and they would have great music videos. Most of the time, the leading lady in their videos was a light-skinned black woman. I can maybe count on one hand the amount of dark-skinned black women that starred as leading ladies in music videos for these black dark-skinned male artists. And nothing against light-skinned women. They're beautiful, and you know, they're hustling and they want to make it, and you know, if they get the opportunity to have a role, to have such a big role, good for them. But my problem comes when these men do nothing to change the narrative, because I feel like the problem lies with black men. Black men tend to uphold a certain type of woman to a higher standard. Basically, it's like, okay, if I have this type of light-skinned black woman, then I'm powerful. It makes me more powerful. I appeal to a larger audience. I'm winning, you know, as compared to having a darker skinned black woman. A good example I just noticed the other day actually was with Chris Brown's latest song, Warm Embrace. I don't know if you're a Chris Brown fan, but if you are, you probably know what I'm about to talk about. If you're not, go check out the video. It's a good video. Chris Brown is a very popular artist, right? And he uses some of the most beautiful girls in his videos. In this specific song, he made use of a dark-skinned black woman, and everyone was so happy, including myself, because I felt like he was actually promoting dark-skinned black women. But it's not supposed to be that way. It's supposed to be a normal thing to make use of a dark-skinned black woman as your leading lady. And I wish that these artists would do more to empower the dark-skinned black woman. I feel like these male artists really have a big role to play, and maybe colorism wouldn't be as bad. It would probably still be there, but wouldn't be as bad if they empowered the dark-skinned black woman. And when I say them, it's myself included, because I'm definitely not a light-skinned black woman, and I'm happy about that. Now I've gotten to a place where I'm kind of confident in my own skin. I wasn't always confident, and I also made a video about this, one of my very first videos, about how I tried skin lightening creams because I wanted to fit in with what society considered to be beautiful. So yeah, it really has a ripple effect, this colorism thing. I have experienced colorism, and the worst is when you experience colorism in your own family. When it comes from outside, it's bad enough, right? But we've kind of become used to it in a way, which is a sad thing, but we've become used to it. But when it happens at home, that is the worst, because home is supposed to be a place where you feel safe, you feel motivated, you feel beautiful, you feel loved, you feel like you are worth everything. But I feel like in the black community, it kind of starts at home before you even go outside. Of course, each family is different, but this is just from my experience. I noticed this when a family member of mine, my aunt, she gave birth to her youngest child. So my aunt is mixed race, and her husband is black, and they have beautiful chocolate children. They have beautiful skin. And I remember once another family member mentioned how she's worried and concerned because the baby is getting too dark. At first I was like, what am I hearing? And basically they had a conversation about how he shouldn't be kept in the sun for too long, or else he's going to lose his complexion and it's going to get darker. And the way they were speaking about it, so normally, hey? So normally. And to me, I was just like, what? the heck? Like, what's the problem with the child getting darker than he already is? And for me, it's the way that they spoke about it, you know, almost like it's such a bad and disgusting thing for the child to get too dark. The thing about this situation that I just mentioned is how we are placing toxic beliefs onto our children before they even have an opportunity to grow up and decide for themselves what's considered good or better and what's considered worse. So ignorant comments like this made in the family and amongst friends is something that we really need to change and to be aware of. The thing is, I feel like it's become so normal now that the older generation don't even realize, you know, the effects that their words have on us. So yeah, this is basically what I wanted to share with you guys today. Everyone is different and everyone's beautiful and unique in their own way. If you're a darker skinned woman or man, you're beautiful. Like, I don't think people compliment the dark skin enough. Like, you have so much richness and history and culture and a high percentage of melanin in your skin, which is so good for you and has so many health benefits. Like, you are really, really beautiful and you tell a story. Your skin, our skin tells a story. You are good enough despite what society may say. So yeah, I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts on this topic. Do you have any experience with colorism, especially when it comes to colorism in the family or even in general? So please let me know in the comment section, and thank you so much for watching today's video. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.